Discover how to read people like an expert. 17 Psychological Techniques. When we first interact with someone new, it can be a daunting experience. However, it is important to recognize that how we communicate says so much more than what we actually say. In fact, experts suggest that our body language and tone of voice make up for an astounding 93% of the message that is being conveyed, while the actual words contribute just 7%. This demonstrates the importance of taking into account a person's physical presence when evaluating their personality. From head to toe, there are many clues as to who they are and what they may represent. Overall, mastering the art of nonverbal communication is key when it comes to understanding someone's personality upon first introduction. By analyzing all these physical aspects, one can gain insight into who they are and how they behave in certain situations, which can ultimately help form better relationships with those around us. We will introduce you to 17 psychological techniques that will help you read people instantly. 1. Eyebrows. Surprise, worry, and fear are the three primary emotions that cause our eyebrows to rise. When you observe someone in conversation, take a moment to check their eyebrows and see how comfortable they are feeling. It can be difficult to raise your eyebrows when you are chatting with friends in a relaxed setting. It can almost feel unnatural. Similarly, if somebody is talking to you and their eyebrows involuntarily move upwards, it could signal that something is making them uneasy, even if the topic of discussion wouldn't usually evoke surprise, worry, or fear. Furthermore, even subtle changes in eyebrow movements can demonstrate a range of complex emotions like distrust or mistrust, which often remain subconsciously undetected. It's important to pay attention to these nuances of communication because they can inform us about how others are feeling without them having to say a word. 2. The smile. When someone smiles, it can be difficult to tell whether or not it is genuine. A true heartfelt smile will cause the eyes to crinkle up in a way that creates crow's feet around them, a telltale sign of an honest expression. People often use smiling as a way of masking their real thoughts and feelings, so if you are looking for a genuine smile, pay attention to the eyes. If there are no crinkles around them, then that person is likely not truly smiling. Smiling is a universal sign of happiness and joy, but it can also be used as a disguise. Take the time to look for true facial expressions and find out. 3. Eye contact. Eye contact is often thought to be a window into someone's soul, and it can tell you a lot about the person, likely more than most people realize. Depending on the situation, different kinds of eye contact can indicate various things. If someone isn't able to take their eyes off of you, this could be a sign that they may have a romantic interest in you. On the contrary, if someone looks away when making eye contact with you, it might be an indication that they are feeling uncomfortable or trying to hide something from you. If a person's stare makes you feel uneasy, this could mean that they are not being honest with you. Overall, it is important to pay attention to the type of eye contact someone gives you, as it can be a good indicator of what they are thinking or feeling. Use your intuition and take note of any cues that seem out of place so you can better understand their intentions. 4. Paralanguage. Paralanguage, or nonverbal communication, is a broad term that encompasses the particular way in which someone speaks or otherwise conveys information. It includes aspects such as the tone of voice, pitch, and even mannerisms, all of which can provide invaluable insight about what a person means by the words they use. For instance, if an individual speaks in a monotone, it could suggest that they are uninterested or disinterested in what is being discussed. Sarcasm is another form of paralanguage. Though the words used may not be taken literally, understanding how the person says them can help to ascertain their true feelings on an issue. Pay attention to their emphasis on particular words and how they say them, as this can help to understand their true intentions. By being aware of paralanguage and nonverbal communication, it allows for a greater level of understanding between parties. This can be especially useful when communicating with people from different backgrounds, or even with those who do not speak the same language. 5. Side glance. When you first meet someone, the way they position their body and direct their gaze can give you insight into how open they are to getting to know you. Those who are welcoming may have their body facing in your direction and look directly at you with a clear and open expression. On the other hand, if someone quickly glances away to the side, they may be signaling that they are not interested in getting to know you. Paying attention to the small body language cues like this can help you better understand how someone is feeling in any given situation. 6. Nodding. Nodding is a common nonverbal cue that people use to express agreement with another person's point of view. It can also be an indicator of comfort level or agreement with a conversation. In some instances, excessive nodding might reflect an individual's anxiety about being approved by the other person. They might feel insecure and fearful that their ideas won't be accepted, so they frantically nod to show that they agree with the other person. On the other hand, frequent nodding might also indicate annoyance or impatience. People often use their head and body language to signal that they want someone else to hurry up and get on with it. If you notice someone's excessive nodding during a conversation, it's important to pay attention to the context. This can help you understand their true feelings and intentions behind the gesture. Additionally, try to ask questions or rephrase your points to see if they start nodding less. That way, you can be sure that they really understand what you're saying and that they agree with it. 7. What they say. When meeting someone for the first time, it is often possible to tell a lot about their character by the way they talk about others. A study conducted recently has highlighted that people who rate others as kind, polite, loving, and well-mannered are more likely to possess these traits themselves. Conversely, those who speak negatively of other people and use negative language to describe them can be seen as more likely to possess the traits they are describing. In addition, people who talk negatively about others could also have a history of depression or personality disorders. So it is important to take into consideration the context and situation when attempting to make judgments about someone's character from their words alone. 8. Posture. The way someone carries themselves can be indicative of their level of self-confidence. When someone walks with a tall, upright posture, shoulders back, and head held high, it suggests that they feel good about themselves and have a strong sense of self-esteem. On the other hand, if their posture is slumped down, eyes cast downward while they walk, it conveys a different message. It may not necessarily mean that they lack in confidence or esteem, but rather that they are feeling introspective or shy in the moment. In general, body language can be a powerful tool for communication, both conscious and subconscious. 9. Rubbing hands. Rubbing your hands together is a widely accepted gesture that displays excitement and enthusiasm for something great that you are expecting in the near future. It is believed that this action reveals what your mind is subconsciously thinking. You are expressing an optimistic outlook on life through body language. When someone rubs their hands together, it communicates a sense of anticipation and excitement. The movement conveys a feeling of joy when something is about to happen or when the person has high expectations for the future. When used in conversation, it can indicate that the person is confidently expecting positive results or outcomes. 10. Rubbing chin or clenching jaw. When someone is trying to make a tough decision, they might be observed rubbing their chin or clenching their jaw. This physical behavior can reveal a great deal about the individual's state of mind. It often indicates that they are deep in concentration and thought, attempting to work through the issue at hand. On the other hand, a clenched jaw may be a sign of stress, indicating that the conversation is going in an uncomfortable direction or the individual is anxious about something else. Paying attention to these subtle cues can help us gain valuable insight into the thought process of the person we're engaging with. 11. The handshake. A person's handshake can be indicative of a lot about their personality. For example, if it is soft and flabby, then this could be a sign that the person is submissive or easily pushed over. On the other hand, an overly strong and crushing grip may point to someone who is domineering and prefers to take control in any situation. The duration of the handshake can also be telling. If it is too long, this could feel unnatural and strange, but an extremely short shake may indicate someone who isn't keen to form a deeper bond with you or simply doesn't have time. 12. Holding baby. It sounds kind of weird, but it is important to take note of how someone with the new baby is holding them when you first meet them, as it can be indicative of their current emotional state. Studies have shown that mothers who are feeling happy, relaxed, and content tend to cradle their infants in the security of their left arm. Conversely, moms who may be more stressed or depressed will often opt to hold their babies in their right arms. While this doesn't necessarily mean that a mom holding her little one in the right arm is feeling down, it can be an important social cue that should be taken into account if you happen to meet someone with a new baby. 13. Crossing arms and legs. When engaging in conversation, the way someone carries their body can tell you a lot about their mental, emotional, and physical state. Crossing arms and legs is an incredibly clear sign that they are not open to hearing whatever it is you have to say, whether it's on a first date or if you're trying to make a persuasive argument. So be aware of this body language if you want to have a successful conversation. Pay attention to the direction of a person's feet too. If they point toward the door, it's time to wrap up your conversation. By becoming more aware of these subtle physical cues, you'll be able to get an idea of how someone is feeling and respond appropriately. That way, you'll be able to make sure the conversation is always a pleasant one. 14. Leaning forward. Leaning in can be a powerful gesture that conveys trust, respect, and interest in what is being said. When someone leans in while talking to you, it is a sign of attention and understanding, as their body language is telling you that they are invested in the conversation and want to hear what you have to say. Not only that, but it also shows that they are willing to open up and share their own thoughts with you. On the other hand, leaning away can be interpreted as a sign of disinterest or even rejection. It could mean that the person either doesn't trust you enough to confide in you or is uncomfortable in your presence. 15. Visual appearance. The way someone dresses and the overall manner in which they present themselves can speak volumes about their personality. From a person with their hair perfectly styled and their clothing immaculately pressed to someone who is more casual in their style or even looking disheveled. All of these subtle yet powerful cues give an indication of what kind of person they are. Someone who looks very well put together could be someone who is highly organized and pays close attention to detail. They take pride in their appearance and make sure everything is just right. On the other hand, someone whose style is more casual could be seen as creative or laid back, while a person who appears sloppy or unkempt could come off as lazy or careless. Overall, the way someone presents themselves can speak volumes about their personality and how they see themselves. Paying attention to what a person wears, how they style their hair, and the general air of confidence or lack thereof that they exude can give clues into who they really are. 16. Imitate body language. When it comes to reading people, many people are unaware of the importance of nonverbal cues, such as body language. Paying close attention to how another person is standing or sitting can tell us a lot about how they feel and whether they are open to our message. Mimicking someone else's body language can be a powerful tool because it creates a sense of harmony and understanding between two parties. It is an unconscious response that often happens when we feel comfortable with those we are talking to. Some people have a stronger ability than others to read the signs that other people emit through their body language. Those who may struggle in this area may need the other person to come out and directly tell them what is going on in order for them to understand more clearly. By paying closer attention to the subtle movements and facial expressions of those around us, we can gain insight into their thoughts and feelings and adjust our own answers accordingly. This could result in greater clarity, connection, and comfort between both parties involved in any conversation. 17. Chewing on the earpieces of their glasses. When someone is caught chewing on the earpieces of their glasses, it's clear that they are anxious about something. This compulsive action is a way for them to feel safe, as if they were still being comforted by their mother while breastfeeding. It's important to take the time to talk to them and try to make them feel better in whatever way possible. Not only do glasses present this type of comforting behavior, but other items like pencils, pens, cigarettes, and even chewing gum can have the same effect. In order to increase the level of comfort for someone exhibiting these behaviors, it's important that we show empathy towards these individuals and make sure that they know we understand what they're going through. If you found this video helpful and informative, why not show your appreciation? Give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to share it with your friends. They'll be sure to benefit from the advice and information provided. You can also hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can stay up to date with our latest videos. Thanks for watching.